Hitting the record. All right. You're what are we saying? Finishing off Dine Chatzitza, the last three, and then we move on to the halachas of mikvah, tefillah. So Yud Ches, Leititva ba'avak shal ragleo, she should not be toivel if there's dirt on the bottom of her feet. Him toivel, and if she did, if it's thin dust that the water will move away, we move it. So also la tefillah works. But if not, like it's mud, then you would have a problem. You test stam kinim and perushim enon nedwakim baguf. Stam bugs do not stick to the body. Ba'mayim nechnosen shama, and the water will get under the bugs. It's not a chatzitza. Our min kinim shedvukim bebasar, but there's a type of kinim that attach to the basar v'noishchim ba'ar b'mokim seir, and it bites the skin where the hair is. V'nidbakim, and it gets connected b'chayzek b'basar, meaning it gets very tight on the basar. That tzricha l'asir dechamin u'legoyrim b'tzipoyrin. You have to remove it with hot water, and you have to peel it with your fingernail. And if you're not able to,
is this like scabies?
I have no idea. This is bugs. I don't know what scabies bugs.
Yep.
I guess so then. They're not able to take them away. And then there's no chatzitza. And the little kinim that are on a hair, you have to remove them because they are a chatzitza. And the poskim say that nits also have to be removed. If a woman has how do you call kliasaris? It's braids, right? And they're all they're sticking to each other. Shekarim Beloshan Ashkenaz Martzep or Merlikin, right? Or Beloshan Poilin Verusia Kaltnis. Okay, V'yesh sakana legalchan, and it's a sakana to cut them off. Right? I don't know exactly what that's talking about. So loy chaitzi, then it's not a chatzitza. Even if you have other strings in there, that you can't take them out because I guess it'll mess with this hair. If you can't see them, then it's not a chatzitza. All right, so that's a big tumult in this whole thing. And this comes out with the practical application, I think, of this is what something called hair extensions. Right? Somehow you can make the hair, it makes your hair look longer. A lot of collars get it. So you can't really tell. You can't tell. It's inside the hair. So then it's not, so the Kitzur is saying that that's not considered a chatzitza. Okay. Then Simin Kuf Samach Beis Hilchas Tefila Uba Yudalet Seif. So Aleph and by the way, if her husband's in the city, mitzvah Isha Shetitvel Bezmana, it's a mitzvah for the woman to be toivel in the proper time. Shloi Levatam Epiri Verivya, that you shouldn't be palto for Piri Verivya Afilu Laila Achas, even for one night. Sharei Matzina Yeshua Shenenash, we find that Yeshua was punished Al Shabitulis Yisrael Piri Verivya Laila Achas, that he was Mavatal Klal Yisrael from Piri Verivya for one night. For Isha Shemisacheres Militvel. And if a woman pushes off toivel in order to cause her husband pain, then she has a massive, gets a massive punishment. Unfortunately, this does happen, and it's really schwer. Fine. You're not allowed to be toivel on the seventh day until nightfall. If you even if you want to be toivel next, close to darkness, even that she's not going to come home to her house till after 7 days, it's also. Even if for whatever reason she's not going to mikvah on the 7th night, but she's going on the 8th, it's also to be toivel during the day. And even in that situation, you shouldn't be toivel even when it's close to dark. And she won't come home until it's dark. She should be toivel dafka at night. Now, the reason why we keep saying that even if she doesn't come home till it's dark is because really, like we know from every tumah and tara, you should be able to go to the mikveh during the day. You just don't become tar till the night. So why can't a lady go to the mikveh during the day? Because we're afraid that they may be together, and then she'll start staining again. In which case, lemafreya, they were together with a nida. So that's why you're not toivel during the day, even if you're not going to come home till at night. And the reason why you don't toivel during the day on the 8th day is one of the more fascinating takanas, and that's because we're afraid if you're going to let her go even on the 8th day, the daughter is going to see that the mother goes to the mikveh during the day. She's not realizing that it's the 8th day, which theoretically should be no problem. And she is going to learn from that. So that's why we don't let even during the 8th day. Now, there are many poskim that will allow mikveh during the day if they come home at night, or even earlier than that, as long as they're not, the husband and wife are not in the same house. Shilas need to be asked whether you allow this. Now, a lot of poskim will allow it if there's no choice, but many poskim will not allow it if there's busha. If it's just because she's embarrassed because people are going to find out, then the most poskim will not allow it. Although there are poskim that would allow that too. Fine. But a kala who's going to move before the chuppah, she could be toivel on the 8th day, or any time after that during the day. And Shasat, even if she's toivel yom hashvi, she can be toivel even during the day. Even in the morning after netzachama. But then make sure you don't make the chuppah till after tzeis, because if you make it before tzeis, then there's a chance that the chasam and kala will be together. But if she's toivel after the chuppah, even though that's the first tefillah, and she has to wait until night. Meaning, let's say for whatever reason she won't be able to go to mikveh till that night, and the chuppah is during the day, she still can't be together until they can't do the mikveh till that night. Gimel, and let's say there's something that's beyond their control. Because it's too cold or she's scared. Or if the mikvah is outside the city of and the city's gates close at night. So he says she's allowed to go to mikvah on the 8th day during the day. And the 7th day she can't be told during the day. So he's very machmir. Right? But Lamaisa is a Chachma Sodom. There's others that disagree with the Kitzur. In this, that we allow her to go to the mikvah during the 8th day during the day. She has to do the mikvah prep next to the tefillah. Who Shabbos, but if the 8th day is Shabbos or Yom Tiv, right? Because when a woman is going to the mikvah on Yom Tiv, so she has to do the prep before Yom Tiv. The Gam Tiv will be Yoim. So basically, she's doing two kulas. One, she's going to mikvah during the day on the 8th day, and also the mikvah prep is not before the mikvah, is not right before the mikvah. So also it's also shem to trey kuli but ka'adadi loyma kalinon. We're not going to combine two kulas. Dainu tefillah v'yoim, the tefillah during the day, v'gam harchakas chafifa mitfillah, and also the distancing the chafifa from the tefillah. Fine. She shouldn't stand on anything while she goes to the mikvah. But if the water is very deep, and she needs to stand on like a ladder, right, on the rung of a ladder, she'd ask a shelas chacham, because you're not allowed to stand on something that becomes tamei. And the steps is also really, you shouldn't do that either. Right? So, but again, if it's something that's makabel tumah, so that's a problem. Hey, she should not go to the mikvah in a place that she's afraid that people will see her, like the ocean. Because of it, she might go toivel very quickly. And perhaps she won't be toivel properly. But the if she is toivel, and we know clearly that she did a karoi, also la tefillah, then the tefillah works for her. All right, and we will stop there, and everybody should have a fine night and a good tvach and a good year.